Stopping procrastination is oddly easy actually. Let me tell you why. To tell you the truth, some of history's greatest scientists, creatives, and literary figures struggle with procrastination. John Keats, the legendary romantic poet, never finished his poem Hyperion. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, the 18th century Austrian composer, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest composers of the world has ever seen, is equally famous for his procrastination. One popular story about him is that he finished the overture to his operatic masterpiece, Don Giovanni, on the morning that the opera was due to premiere. According to some testimonies, the ink on the sheet music was still wet as it was handed to the conductor that evening, because Mozart had been frantically scribbling backstage. Suffice it to say that procrastination is no reason to give up on your great work. That said, this all-too-common habit can have a serious impact on your work and self-esteem. In an article published in 2019, Psychology Today lists some of the reasons that humans put off important tasks. According to their article, procrastination is a complex issue that is our brain's response to uncertainty, stress, anxiety, and/or depression. It is not, and this is crucial to understand this topic, a symptom of laziness. Procrastination is a form of the freeze instinct. You may have heard of the fight or flight response, our brain's way of getting us to safety in a crisis. Our minds evolved to perceive dangerous situations. Once the brain identifies the threat, there are a few different ways it can respond. The first option is to fight. That's where we feel the urge to stay put, stand tall and face the beast that's running towards us. Have you ever felt angry or excited before an important conversation or a daunting task? That's your brain choosing to fight. Next is flight. On realising that confrontation is too risky, we instinctively have the urge to run away. Intimidating bosses, creepy places, and scary stories inspire this response. Some people are more inclined to a fight response, while others naturally choose to flee. Your unique threat response depends on many factors, such as your genetics, background, age, gender, and quality of life. But that's not all. The third response is, for many, the trickiest to overcome: freeze. Picture this: you're walking through your favourite national park. The birds singing in the treetops, the sun shines bright and the air is filled with the flowery smell of spring. Suddenly, you hear a twig snap in the near distance. Instantly, you stop. At first, you don't even look up. Your mind races, your heart thuds in your chest. This is a stress response. But you're not fighting and you're not running. Yet. As you stare at the track ahead, imagine what manner of creature you have to deal with. Your brain employs this tried and tested threat response to keep you safe. By standing still, you've made it harder for the predators to see you. Thus, you protect yourself from attack. After a few minutes or so in freeze, you slowly and cautiously raise your head to glance in the direction of the noise. Your trepidation turns to awe and delight when you perceive a mother deer and her little fawn in the bushes ahead of you. Believing you to be a threat, they freeze as well. This simple yet effective threat response is nature's way of buying us time before we fight or flee to safety. That's procrastination. It's a freeze response. Now we know what procrastination is, let's check out some techniques we could use to stop. In some way, at the back of your mind, the task laid out before you is a threat. All you have to do is work out why. In their article, Psychology Today suggests that many find complex tasks intimidating in this way. A bulky, convoluted task is especially difficult for those with decision fatigue or poor executive functions. After all, few people enjoy the prospect of decision-making and it's easy to get distracted. Do you procrastinate cleaning your room? Break this arduous job into smaller individual steps. First, take your old coffee mugs and cutlery back to the kitchen. Then you can stuff your dirty laundry into the washer. After that, you could make your bed. Even if you only manage one of these tasks, you are a step closer towards your end goal and the overall task may appear less daunting than before. Next, consider the Pomodoro method. Wikipedia credits this time management technique to Francesco Cirillo, and many students use this approach to complete assignments or study for exams. First, establish which task you must complete. Break it down into steps. Start with the least appealing step. Using a Pomodoro bell or your phone, set a timer to go off in 25 minutes. Now, for the hardest part, the next 25 minutes must be spent only on the task at hand. If you finish the first step before the timer goes off, you can start on the second. Once you're in a state of flow, you may find yourself a bit annoyed when the timer goes off. But when it does, you have to stop what you were doing and rest for 5 minutes. Check your phone, make a drink, let your dog out into the backyard. Once the 5-minute break is up, repeat your timer for another 25 minutes and continue to work through each of the small steps until the task is complete. The Pomodoro method works for lots of people. It may not work for everyone. Some people find the constant interruptions irritating and become distracted from the overall task during the 5-minute break. Remember, you can tweak this method to work for you. Maybe you achieve more during 20-minute stretches with a 10-minute break in between. Perhaps a 50-minute burst of productivity allows you to knuckle down and concentrate on the job, and a 3-minute rest is all you need. The important thing is to stick with the principle of work, rest and recharge. This constant shift in rhythm and focus will prevent you from reaching burnout. Rewarding work is another way to overcome procrastination. Many find it easier to start a difficult task when there's a chocolate bar at the end of it. Promise yourself a walk in the park, a tasty meal, or an episode of your favourite show once you've finished your job. Not only does this make the task more appealing, but it may result in a better balance of work and play overall. There will come a certain day or task which for even these strategies are not enough. Your boss requests a heinously detailed report for which you must spend hours squinting at rows of numbers on a spreadsheet. Your partner asks you to clean the bathroom, with its surfaces populated with bottles, makeup stains and crumpled trash. You would rather spend your day off eating nails. For jobs like these, you may need to use a more drastic method. Now, be warned, this may feel a little brutal at first, but for many people, including folk who struggle with excessive function, the just do it approach is the way to accomplish any and all tasks. When a task is weighed on your mind, close your eyes and count from 1 to 5 inside your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. On 5, stand up and put on your favourite song. Now's the time to turn your freeze into a fight. Allow the song in your ears to fill you with energy and excitement. If you can, add some movement in. Try jumping, running on the spot, or even dancing to get that heart rate going. Soon, your brain will flood your system with dopamine, the reward hormone, which causes feelings of happiness and excitement. Just before the song ends, run towards the task and get started. Get a little silly with it, as Mary Poppins says, "For every job that must be done, there is an element of fun." This clever little technique bamboozles your brain into believing the task is a reward, not a threat. Once you've finished, your brain will release another wave of dopamine and you can take a seat in front of your favourite show or meal and let yourself feel virtuous for finishing the job. So, go on, tell us, what are you procrastinating from? Do you struggle with the freeze response? Let us know in the comments section below and spread the anti-procrastination knowledge. If you watch this video to procrastinate, we hope you at least enjoyed your time with us today. We are so grateful for your time. If you enjoyed today's video, please click the like button and click subscribe. It's an easy way to support our channel and to see more videos like this one in your recommendations. Until next time, remember to reward yourself after onerous tasks. Goodbye for now.